Disclaimer. I doesn't claim any of the arts. All the pictures shown belongs to the respective artist and company. If you are original owner and want me to remove the video, I will do it immediately. Just send me an email to inform me. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Chapter begins with Tao Kings surrounding and attacking Park Sunghoo and Secretary Kim. The Tao Kings jump into the air to attack them, and Park Sunghoo and Secretary Kim are scared. Park Sunghoo points his gun at them and shoots magic bullets, but it's not effective. He and Secretary Kim don't know what to do now. Suddenly, KWON KANGHYUK appears out of nowhere and attacks the Tao Kings with his powerful punch. Two of them manage to avoid getting hit, but the one in the back gets hit, and KWON KANGHYUK'S fist destroys the right side of that monster's face. Park Sunghoo and Secretary Kim are relieved to see KWON KANGHYUK come to save them, and they are shocked by his massive punch. In that moment, Kim Tae-hyun jumps into the air with his chain skill to fight the Tao Kings and help KWON KANGHYUK. While KWON is in the air and covered in purple aura, KWON KANGHYUK wants to hit the three Tao Kings with his fist. Kim Tae-hyun is above him and tries to help KWON by catching and tying the three Tao Kings together with his chain skill. Kim's golden chain skill reaches them, grabs them by the neck, and keeps them together. Then he shouts at KWON KANGHYUK, saying that now is the right time for KWON to hit the three Tao Kings with his skill. KWON charges his attack by taking a deep breath and readying his fire breath. He wants to use a fire attack on the Tao Kings. At the right moment, KWON KANGHYUK throws his fire breath at the Tao Kings, burning them with it and causing huge fire destruction. In the next scene, we see the Tao Kings burning in the fire. The fire is so powerful that it burns and destroys their skin and flesh. After KWON KANGHYUK'S attack, he and Kim Tae-hyun land on the ground. Seeing the burning Tao Kings, KWON KANGHYUK laughs and says, "How does that taste, huh? You cow-headed fools." KWON KANGHYUK thinks that with his powerful attack, there is no chance of survival for the Tao Kings, and they have been defeated. But in a moment, something happens in the fire, and seeing it, KWON KANGHYUK and Kim Tae-hyun are in total shock. They didn't know what was going on. The scene shifts, and we see that the Tao Kings are not dead. While their bodies are on fire, they are still moving. The Tao Kings in the burning fire are regenerating their flesh and bodies. When their regeneration is completed, one of them roars and gets ready for another round to fight with KWON KANGHYUK. Seeing that these Tao Kings can regenerate their damaged parts, KWON KANGHYUK and Kim Tae-hyun are surprised. They didn't know how they must defeat these Tao Kings. In the next scene, we see that KWON KANGHYUK and Kim Tae-hyun have been attacked by the Tao Kings. They are in the middle of an intense fight with the Tao Kings. KWON KANGHYUK tries to defeat them by destroying their heads and using his fire attack, but it seems that none of those are effective against the Tao Kings, and KWON KANGHYUK struggles to find a way to defeat them. KWON KANGHYUK tries again by punching one of the Tao Kings in the head, making a huge hole in that monster's head, but it couldn't defeat that monster because the Tao King regenerates the damaged part of its head and readies itself to fight again. In that moment, seeing all of that, KWON KANGHYUK worries and thinks to himself, "Damn it, as if it wasn't enough that there are so many of them, they even have regenerative abilities." KWON KANGHYUK sees that the Grand Minotaur Queen is in front of him, but because of the large number of Tao Kings, he cannot reach them. We see that the Grand Minotaur Queen is still between the cracks and is protected by many Tao Kings, and the number of Tao Kings is increasing. Seeing this, KWON KANGHYUK wonders, do I really have to take down that guy to kill them? But how? KWON KANGHYUK knows that his main target is the Grand Minotaur Queen, but he didn't know how to reach and defeat it, and this makes him frustrated and angry. Because of that, he says to himself, I might be able to land a blow, but he's not an opponent I can fight while protecting Secretary Kim and Sunghoo at the same time. But me and Kim Tae-hyun have already reached our limits, so we can't just keep holding out forever. What should I do? What choice should I make? KWON KANGHYUK is in a bad situation. He doesn't know what to do. Save his friends and guild members or fight the Grand Minotaur Queen. He must choose what he should do soon before it gets too late. Suddenly, KWON KANGHYUK remembers something, and a flashback appears. Thank you for watching my video so far. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. We see the chairman while he turns the pages of the newspaper and says, "Make a choice, KWON KANGHYUK." Then we see KWON KANGHYUK in the chairman's room, sitting on a chair across the table. It seems that he is bored by the chairman's words. The chairman continues saying, "No matter how strong you are, if you force someone to join through a duel, the association will have to take action. Plus, if you're going to accept someone as a comrade, you need to consider not just their skills, but also what kind of person they are before making a decision, don't you? Unlike a certain somebody, I'm not the type to live my life doubting every little thing. That suits you, but sometimes you need to doubt." After that, we see a flashback of the chairman's past. When he gets his scar on his eye, he says, "I've seen a lot of things during my time as a player. One small mistake can cost you everything, and sometimes you have to give up something precious to protect something more important." We see in that flashback that the chairman is wounded and the area is filled with dead players. In front of him is the malignant guild's vice guildmaster Shadow standing and looking at him, waiting for his man to open a portal for him to leave that unknown place. After the chairman's flashback ends, he continues saying to KWON KANGHYUK, "Strength doesn't solve everything. Recognizing your limits and choosing what's more important to achieve your goals, those are also qualities of an excellent player." The chairman finishes his words, and it seems that KWON KANGHYUK is bored by hearing them. He does not take the chairman's words seriously and with a smile says, "Are you sure it's not just because you're weak, old man?" After the flashback ends, we see KWON KANGHYUK covered in wounds and blood, tired, and he doesn't know what to do now. We see that as Kim is fighting with the Tao Kings, KWON KANGHYUK is stuck in a dilemma of decision. In that moment, KWON KANGHYUK talks to himself, saying, "Damn it, it's my fault for taking the old man's words seriously. If I kill the enemy, my comrades die. And even if I don't kill the enemy, my comrades still die. And you're asking me to choose? No matter what, my comrades are dying. You think I'll just stand by and watch?" In that moment, KWON KANGHYUK gets furious because he doesn't want to choose, and he doesn't want to lose his comrades. Because of that, he unleashes his power to the maximum, and all of that power covers his body with purple aura. With that, he attacks with full speed at one of the Tao Kings and destroys its body. Seeing this, Kim Tae-hyun is surprised that KWON KANGHYUK is using this much power. In that moment, KWON KANGHYUK is determined, and with a serious face, he says to Kim Tae-hyun, "Kim Tae-hyun, what about you? I'm damn greedy. I'll find a way to protect my comrades and crush those monsters to pieces. Screw making a choice." Hearing KWON KANGHYUK's words, Kim Tae-hyun's bloody and wounded face smiles, and he says to him, "I don't know what you're talking about right now, but there is still a way to defeat the Minotaur Queen." Hearing that Kim Tae-hyun has a solution for this matter and knows a way to defeat the Minotaur Queen, KWON KANGHYUK is surprised. In the next scene, in the middle of all the Tao Kings, suddenly a huge destruction happens and fire spreads everywhere. From that explosion, KWON KANGHYUK and Kim Tae-hyun come out, and while they are busy destroying the Tao Kings, KWON KANGHYUK says to Kim, "Kim Tae-hyun, you're sure, right?" And Kim responds to him, "Probably." Seeing KWON KANGHYUK and Kim Tae-hyun coming to attack, the Minotaur Queen gets ready for the fight and says, "Oh, have you made your decision? No matter what choice you make or what decision you reach, the result will be the same in the end." The Minotaur Queen uses its magical staff and commands the Tao Kings to protect their queen and attack KWON and Kim. KWON and Kim are in the air ready for the right moment to land their attacks on the Tao Kings and Minotaur Queen. As the Tao Kings try to attack KWON, he takes a deep breath and wants to use his fire breath on them. As KWON KANGHYUK goes on top of them, he uses his fire breath on the Tao Kings, setting them on fire and making a huge destruction that destroys the Tao Kings and makes them unable to fight. Seeing KWON KANGHYUK's effort to destroy the Tao Kings, the Minotaur Queen puts its shield in front of its face and says, "It's useless, no matter how many times you kill them, with my power." But suddenly, the Minotaur Queen sees something that surprises it. The Minotaur Queen sees that Kim Tae-hyun comes out from KWON KANGHYUK's fire, ready for attack. Kim Tae-hyun readies his attack, knowing that this is his only chance of winning this fight. Kim Tae-hyun activates his King Knight Spirit skill and wants to defeat the Minotaur Queen with it. In that moment, KWON KANGHYUK shouts and says, "Go, Kim Tae-hyun!" And Kim clenches his teeth, ready to end this right now. Using all of his power, he launches his attack on the Minotaur Queen. His King Knight Spirit skill grabs the Minotaur Queen by its neck and pushes it through the cracks that the Minotaur Queen came from, shattering it. With KWON KANGHYUK, while Kim's King Knight Spirit skill holds the Minotaur Queen by its neck, they take the fight to the other side of the cracks. And this was the end of this chapter. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Support this channel by liking this video and subscribing the channel. And if you want me to recap another manhwa or manga, write its name in the comments section. And if you want to know that what happened in previous chapters, you can watch them in this channel. Stay tuned for next chapters.